Shalom, my name is Michael Decker, and I'm a lawyer within the law offices of Cohen Decker Pex and Brosh. First of all, happy Purim, and for Purim I have a special Purim tie of a skeleton for Purim. Secondly, I wanted today to discuss a matter regarding civil law in Israel, and specifically the compensation that a defendant can request of a plaintiff when a plaintiff submits a lawsuit against a defendant and asks for a temporary injunction against the defendant in order for him to preserve his ability to implement a successful lawsuit. Because if a plaintiff sues a defendant and wins, and then the defendant during this time took all the money out of his bank account, sold all of his assets, then the plaintiff at the end of the day will have a court decision, but he won't be able to implement it and to collect his winnings. And therefore, what a plaintiff usually will do, if he's smart, he will ask for a temporary injunction to freeze the accounts of a defendant. However, the lawsuit could be bogus. Maybe it's not bogus, but maybe anyway the plaintiff will lose because he won't be able to prove his lawsuit. Or maybe the plaintiff only wants to cause damages to a defendant and put a temporary injunction on him when he knows from the beginning he has no chance of winning a case. So a defendant could have serious damages that are created as a result of a temporary injunction. For example, all his bank accounts could be frozen. Maybe he won't be able to sell a property because a lien will be on it, and he might, and maybe value of property will go down, and he might miss an incredible deal because of this. In light of this, in order for a plaintiff to even be able to get a temporary injunction, he first needs to prove two claims to the court. One, he needs to prove the balance of comfort, that his interest of, in the end of the day, obtaining a decision that he can actually implement is higher than the interest and the damages, the temporary damages that will be created to the plaintiff, to the defendant. And also he has to prove, at least on a basic level, that he even has a case. However, in addition to these legal claims, a judge will almost always ask that the plaintiff also puts up an actual bank guarantee of money and also a personal commitment to compensate the defendant for any damage that has been created. And also, before the plaintiff can ask for this bank guarantee back at the end of the process, he needs to wait 90 days for the defendant to be able to sue for damages if the plaintiff loses. So basically, if you're a defendant and damages were created due to a temporary injunction that was submitted against you, you can ask for damages. And damages are actually, and the compensation you're entitled to exists in the court because the plaintiff had to put up this money as a bail in order to even obtain this temporary injunction against you. So the good news is that you can ask for compensation, and you should consult with a lawyer, which you may already have, and ask for this to be done. Thank you very much for your time, and if you have any further questions or clarifications, you can feel free to contact us.